the mere fact that you're a pensioner and you still earn certain incomes, from, retirement, you have put up a building, you are collecting rents.
Okay.
Those are incomes. Those are taxable incomes. You write books. You are an influencer. You trade in cryptocurrencies. Yes, you are retired, but you are not tired. So income from those lines, from those line of activities are also taxable.
Okay.
So, and also some charitable organizations, such as, institutions, churches, and some universities' activities are also, tax exempt as long as they are not into, beneficial trading activities to third parties. And also, let me say this, that even though certain categories of people are tax exempt, and this is in line with Section 163 of NCAA 2025, does not exempt them from filing of returns.
This is Business News. Lagos State has been ranked Nigeria's best performing state in the 2025 Philips Consulting State Performance Index, underscoring the impact of taxpayers' contributions on development and public service delivery. The report gave Lagos the country's only 5-star rating ahead of all 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. After assessing performance in fiscal management, infrastructure, healthcare, education, governance, economic development, environmental sustainability, and digital access. According to Philips Consulting, Lagos State's consistent growth in internally generated revenue has enabled the state to invest heavily in roads, transport infrastructure, healthcare facilities, schools, technology, and urban renewal projects, delivering visible returns on taxpayers' contributions. The report also commended Lagos for relying largely on locally generated revenue to finance development, reducing dependency on federal allocations and strengthening fiscal sustainability. Ogun, Kaduna, Adamawa, and Niger states followed with 4-star ratings, but none matched Lagos in governance, economic resilience, and public service delivery. The latest ranking reinforces the message that tax compliance remains a key driver of development, with taxpayers' contributions continuing to fund projects and services that improve the quality of life and sustain Lagos's position as Nigeria's economic powerhouse. And that's it on Business News.
Welcome back to the Tax Talk. We're speaking with Mr. Ayodele Adebayo, Director of the Personal Income Tax Unit at the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, discussing how personal income tax is administered and implemented in Lagos State. Sir, are you ready to continue?
I'm ready.
Now, under the law, there are categories of persons exempt from tax. You mentioned this a little earlier on. Now, most importantly, does this exemption from tax liability automatically remove the obligation to file annual returns?
Well, first of all, let me list out categories of people that are tax exempt. The people that are tax exempt, number one, are those that falls under the threshold of the minimum wage of which has been pegged the threshold of 800,000, they are tax exempt. Also, pensioners, are also exempt. However, there's a caveat under pensioners.
Okay.
The mere fact that you're a pensioner and you still earn certain incomes, from, retirement, you have put up a building, you are collecting rents.
Okay.
Those are incomes. Those are taxable incomes. You write books. You are an influencer. You trade in cryptocurrencies. Yes, you are retired, but you are not tired. So income from those lines, from those line of activities are also taxable.
Okay.
So, and also some charitable organizations, such as, institutions, churches, and some universities' activities are also, tax exempt as long as they are not into, beneficial trading activities to third parties. And also, let me say this, that even though certain categories of people are tax exempt, and this is in line with Section 163 of NCAA 2025, does not exempt them from filing of returns.
Okay. Because
there are penalties for not filing of returns. Section 101 of NCAA categorically states, penalties, that are involved in such, in such activities. So the mere fact that you are retired, but not tired in trading activities, and the mere fact that, you fall into the threshold, of tax exempt does not prelude you from filing your returns.
Okay.
Because filing of returns also carries certain penalties.
Okay. So you mentioned educational institutions, some religious institutions. They are also to file returns?
Based on, the activity, the show, because of the people that might be involved in it. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for clarifying that. Now, I was wondering about salary earners at this point. Now, what about unemployed individuals? Where does the NTAA stand on individuals who are unemployed presently?
For those that are employed, the law is there. The law says that for every taxable adult, number one, must be above 18. Every taxable adult must also, be earning certain income. So if you are not, if you are unemployed, you are not, you don't have any, trading activities that they are doing, unless you have certain trading activities that you're involved in. That's when you have to file.
Okay.
You are not,
All right.
allowed to file.
So a non-taxable individual is not required to file?
At all.
All right, then. Thank you very much for clarifying that. Now, for the reform, well, it's said that the reform also strengthens enforcement. The enforcement mechanisms, and it also modernizes this compliance in terms of procedures. So have there been changes in the penalty regime as well? The filing processes, the digital reporting requirements, even when it comes to installmental payment options? Because I know there are probably many who want to do their duty. However, they're worried about the implications to their lifestyle.
The Nigerian tax act has addressed a lot of things that has been of immense benefit, to various, relevant, tax authority. And I must say that one of those is, enforcement. And Section 101, number one, addresses the issue of penalty on non-filing of returns. Section 49, subsection 5 also addresses the issue of, late payment of taxes.
Okay.
Section 50, subsection 1 and subsection 5 of NTAA, also addresses the issue of instrumental payment, which is now allowed.
Okay.
So these are fundamentals. They carry huge penalty, and I must say that all this has reinforced, the issue of, enforcement, penalties. Is going to encourage compliance.
Okay.
by various employers of labor, and I just want to appeal that they should take advantage, of this new act and do as appropriate.
At this point, we need to take a short break. When we return, we'll continue this important conversation.
Have you had a hard time with taxes and understanding tax administration in Lagos State and the complex nature of Nigerian tax law? Do you know what agency or tier of government collects the various types of taxes? Have you ever found yourself asking any of these questions? Join us for your favorite program, The Tax Talk, your infotainment program.
Welcome back to the Tax Talk. We're speaking with Mr. Ayodele Adebayo, Director of the Personal Income Tax Unit at the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, discussing how personal income tax is administered and implemented in Lagos State. All right, let's take it further with this particular area. Ultimately, what core responsibilities must both employers and taxable individuals now prioritize under this new compliance environment?
Yeah, for individuals, number one, they need to ensure that in the course of remittances, the first thing they need to do to ensure that they are fully registered. Registration must be done as appropriate. They must also ensure that things are generated for them. They have their own unique ID number. They must also ensure that whatever document, reporting documents that they have to also, attach, to their returns, from time to time in the course of filing, are also, submitted as appropriate. And then they must also ensure that necessary declarations are made. I did mention that earlier on that, yes, there are some people that are underpaid. And yes, your underpay does not mean that you don't have other, income activities that, that you're doing. So you must also ensure that those declarations, are made. For those, freelancers, digital traders, and the rest, they must also ensure that, they have, necessary reporting documents to attach to their filings and ensure that necessary remittances, are made and as appropriate. And for the employers of labor, they must also ensure that, number one, they must ensure that on a monthly basis, necessary remittances are made month on month. It's not that, you've deducted taxes because it's a debt. You deducted, say, your employees, taxes this month. You are holding on to it. What you are doing is you are using the, government money, to trade, to, to take care of your own cash flow. So they must ensure that, number one, accurate, computations are done. Timely remittances, that is, must be done month on month. Number three, they must also ensure that necessary documents, where necessary, are also uploaded as at when necessary. So reporting is also very important when it comes to achieving some of these objectives.
Thank you very much for breaking it down that way. I have a feeling people are taking notes as you speak. But before we wrap up, before we go, just another interesting development in the NTAA is the 30-day window notification. A lot of people are talking about that. So when an employer or an individual changes their documents, they're given a 30-day window. Could you shed some more light on this?
Well, the 30-day window, number one, is to allow both individuals and various employers of labors, and also those that those that are into digital businesses, digital asset traders. I'm talking about the cryptocurrencies of this world, cryptocurrency traders of this world, and then the fintech and the rest of it must ensure that within the 30-day window, if there are structural adjustments, they must notify,
Okay.
the agency of changes in particulars. When we are talking about particulars here, we are talking about number one. For individuals, we are talking about, your change of name, if you feel so. We are talking about addresses, if any. We are talking about telephone numbers. We are talking about email, which also, applies to the, employers of labors and those platform operators, fintech, and the rest of it. And also, for the corporate organizations, if, an organization has moved office, they need to also notify us. And in addition to that, you have situations where organizations changes their name due to buyout or whatever. They just feel that, no, we are tired of a particular name. They need to let us know the new name. So, and submit to the agency as appropriate. So those are the windows. And in addition to that, if, as an organization, you've also changed, your email.
Okay.
And also, if there are particular changes in the structure of the organization in terms of ownership for anyone that has over 4 or 5%, within that organization, that person is, is supposed to also let us know through the organization. The organization is supposed to let us know the names and the particulars of those, involved. So that's what the window is all about. Okay. Because there's a penalty, for that. I think that's, if I'm right, that should be Section 9 of NC, Nigerian Tax Act 2025. Okay. So there's a penalty for that, as well. So people should take note of, because the Nigerian Tax Act has addressed so many things that will be of immense benefit, to various, relevant tax, agency.
Mr. Adebayo, I have to say a big thank you to you for coming to talk to us today. You've helped us better understand the structure, the administration, personal income tax in Lagos State in general. Thank you so, so much. And thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much.
Now, that concludes our corporate talk segment for today. However, Tax Talk continues after this break. You're still watching the Tax Talk. Don't forget, you can catch the full episode as well as shorts on our YouTube channel. Also, feel free to join our online community by following, by sharing, liking, or even commenting on our social media posts. On our next segment, we highlight projects and initiatives funded through taxpayer contributions across Lagos State. Up next, Tax Did It.
Thank all the members of the Federal Executive Council that have come here to support us, that have speak to reinforce the commitment of the vision of our President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on the Renewed Hope agenda. Your statements and your speeches here today reinforce and confirm that we're all on the same page. Let us collaborate across borders. Let us build a resilient infrastructure. Let us see support coming from every angle. Let us secure the food future of our state, of our country. Let us lead. Let us inspire. Let us grow for prosperity, for our people, and for the greatness of our country. It's been an honor to be part of this event here today. Thank you all very much for listening.
Personal income tax remains one of the most direct connections between citizens and the government. An informed taxpayer strengthens the system. Personal income tax remains a foundational part of Lagos State's revenue system. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms and engage with our content. Next week, we tackle yet another interesting topic on the Tax Talk. I'm Titilayo Oyinso. Keep a date with us next time. Goodbye for now.